Northern Kentucky teenager returns to school one day after someone tried to snatch her right off the school campus. The suspect, meanwhile, is in jail. Police say he flew here from Las Vegas to abduct and have sex with the girl. David Witter is live at Conner High School in Hebron for us with the latest. David?
Cammie, that 16-year-old girl very lucky to remain unharmed tonight. And that 18-year-old man, the suspect, police say that he flew 2,000 miles and was very determined to have sex with her. This is 18-year-old Benjamin Margitza on surveillance camera waiting outside the front of Conner High School for a 16-year-old girl he had been communicating with on and off for the past 4 years. He had been living in this home in Las Vegas with his parents. The sheriff's department says when he tried to convince the girl to come to Las Vegas to have sex with him, the girl tried to end communications.
She began to block him. She changed her phone number. She took the steps to try to eliminate him from her life.
That's when the sheriff's department says Margitza flew out to Northern Kentucky and checked into this hotel by CVG. They say yesterday he came to the high school and confronted her, trying to convince her to go back to his hotel and have sex. When she refused, they say he grabbed her by the arm.
She, being alerted and being very, very startled, began to scream. She pulled away from him, took off running. He continued to follow her.
That's when another student stepped between the girl and Margitza and kept him from chasing her into the school. Some classmates look at him as a hero.
He could have had a concealed firearm on him, so.
Pretty brave of that kid to get in between them.
Definitely. Definitely.
The girl was able to alert this resource officer on campus who says the suspect had gotten an Uber and was heading off campus when he pulled over the car.
He jumped right into the fact that he wasn't a stalker and probably should not be there, and even alluded to the fact that he could be considered a pedophile.
Margitza in court this morning, charged with attempted kidnapping and criminal trespassing. I did speak to the sheriff's department. They said in that backpack, rose petals and $6,000, but they're not sure exactly why. We did speak to a friend of the girl, and we're told she's back in class today and doing much better. We did have an opportunity a couple of moments ago to speak to that boy who stepped in between the victim and the suspect. Here's what he had to say.
She walked past us, she seemed mad, and the guy, walked past us, and they met up at the sidewalk, and he's like, get him away from me. So I grabbed her by the shoulder and started walking to the front door, and he started following. Then he tried to go into school. I told him 3 or 4 times. I said I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. And then he finally, he's like, why? Well, I grabbed him by the back of the neck. And I said I wouldn't do that. I made sure that door was closed so he wasn't getting into that school.
Weren't you scared?
Not really.
Could have been armed.
Better 1 than 15 or 20.
People are calling you a hero.
No, I just do it any other day. It's just, I don't know, what'd you call it? Just reacting at the moment.
Well, the sheriff's department definitely calling that young man a hero along with many other kids on campus. The sheriff's department said if he had not stepped in, this could have gone a very different way. Cammie, back to you.
Yeah, very brave young man and a lucky young girl. David, thank you. Margitza is being held on a $50,000 cash bond due back in court next week.